Okay guys, welcome to Pass on the Help. So today we are going to look at how to fill in an online application form when you are going to apply for Indian PCC. So this video is meant to focus more on the questions which might be a little confusing or which might need a little more thinking before you can answer them. So try to stay on the video to catch up on all the important points and watch till end for an important tip. Now, there are a couple of passport portals from where you can register and fill in the application form for an Indian police clearance certificate. One of the link can be used to apply from India and the other one can be used to apply from outside of India. I have given both the portal links in the description. The PCC application form itself, however, will mostly remain the same irrespective of which country you are applying it from. So now since I am in Canada, I have logged on to this particular portal. So once you are on this website, it's a two-step process. The first step is you will have to register. This is a pretty basic step. It is like any other login service where you provide your information and get a username and password to log in. So I'm not going to go into the details of this. Once you have a username and password, you will click on this link. You will enter your username and password and you will log in. Okay. So once you log in, you will see this page and you will clearly see that apply for police clearance certificate link. We are going to click on this link because we are going to apply for PCC. Once you open this page, it will have almost 7 links. These are 7 different pages of information that we will have to fill in. This is nothing but the application form for PCC. So the first step is passport related details, and in this you will have to provide what is the purpose of the PCC that you are applying for. So let's say you are applying for a PR, then you should select immigration purpose other than citizenship. Whatever purpose you select here, it is actually going to appear on your police clearance certificate. Okay. So the second field is this country for which PCC is required. Now here, if you are in Canada, you need this for Canada PR. You should select the country as Canada. Now the passport number, date of issue, the passport number will be your passport number. Date of issue will be the date the passport was issued. You can find this on the passport. Date of expiry also you will find out your respective passport. Place of issue should be this is also the field that you will have on your passport. File number you will be able to find on the last page of your passport. So since this is a passport details page, except for the first 2 fields, which is the purpose of PCC and country for which PCC is required, rest all the fields you will be able to find on your passport. Now we are on the second page of the PCC form. So these are the application details that we have to fill in. The first 5 fields, given name, last name, gender, date of birth, and place of birth. These fields should match with what you have in the passport. So fill them up according to your passport details. Marital status. People might get this question that should they select married here if their passport doesn't show them as married. Select married if you are married. Even if your passport doesn't say your spouse name, select married, and you can add the marriage certificate copy as an additional document for proof. The next field is citizenship. So select birth. Most of the people who will apply for Indian PCC will be citizen of India by birth. But if you are not a citizen of India by birth, then the other 2 categories are by descent and registration and naturalization. Just so that you guys are aware, citizenship of India by descent means your parents are born in India, but you were not born in India. So you can gain the citizenship of India by descent. Citizenship of India by registration and naturalization means that a person was staying in India for a certain period of time and then they apply for Indian citizenship based on their number of years of stay in India. You can also provide PAN card number, voter ID number, but since these are not compulsory fields and it says if available, let's keep the form simple and it's okay if you don't provide them. So they have marked employment type and educational qualification as compulsory fields. So they don't really ask you for any proof for employment type and educational qualification, but yeah, it is expected that you provide the correct values here. I work in a private firm, so I have marked it as a private. My employment type is private. Educational qualification, graduate and above. Aadhaar number, if available, you can provide. You can skip this. If you don't provide your Aadhaar number, you don't really need to select yes or no options here. Okay, guys. So we are now on the third page of family details. Here you need to enter your father's name, mother's name, legal guardian if that applies to you, and the spouse name. Now make sure that you enter these details as per your passport records, because you will be having your father's name and mother's name in your passport, so it's better to enter the details accordingly. When we come down to the spouse name, it does say that since we have selected this marital status as married, that is the reason that they are asking us the spouse name. But if you do have your spouse name in your passport, do provide the spouse name exactly that you have in your passport. Don't have your spouse name in the passport, don't worry, you will be attaching the marriage certificate with this application, so that should be okay. Okay, so now you are on the next page, and now here you have to enter a couple of addresses. First one is the permanent address in India, and the second one is present address in the country of domicile. Okay, so let's come to the first point, which is permanent address in India. Now make sure that this permanent address in India matches with what you have in your passport. Okay, so what is going to happen is, if your permanent address matches with what you have in passport, the police clearance certificate is issued without actually the police going to your home and verifying your status or your details. Okay, now if your current permanent address is actually different from what you have in your passport, then the police might actually have to visit your permanent address for verification. So it becomes a little more simple if your permanent address in India matches with what you have in your passport. Okay, so I'm planning to make a separate video on what will happen, what options do we have if your permanent address in India differs from what you have in your passport. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification as soon as the video is uploaded. So I have filled in the address related details. Now we need to fill in the police station. So this is something new which you might not be aware of. So based on the address that I fill in, I get these options which police station I can select. Now don't worry if you don't see the police station which is specific to you on in this area. You can select the closest police station that you have, and that should be sufficient. Don't worry too much about this, because if I click on the combo box, if I click on the drop down list, I do not really see the police station which is in my area. So I selected the closest police station that I have. I still got the PCC. Okay, now let's move on to the second part of the address details. So now here it is asking for the present address in the country of domicile. So there are two things that you need to make sure about this address. So present address in country of domicile is nothing but the address of the country where you are currently staying in. So let's say right now you are in Canada, then you should enter the address of Canada here. Okay, second point which you need to make sure is, make sure that you have entered a correct mailing address here, because once the PCC is issued, it will be couriered to you on this particular address. Obviously it will be couriered only if you have opted for the courier service. If you are going to handpick your PCC, then it will not be delivered to your address. But there is one more point which you should be considering is, this particular address that you entered here, you also need to provide a proof of this address when you provide your application to the BLS center. Now I have entered all the details and I will hit on the next button. So now I am on the next page. Now here it is saying other details. Have you ever been charged with criminal proceedings or in any arrest warrant, summon pending before a court? Obviously you will be selecting no here. Now once you are on the sixth page, this page is nothing but you just need to verify that all the details that you have entered in the previous pages are correct. If you see everything is correct, you can move on to the next page, or you can hit back and update the details if you see anything is wrong, and then come back to this page. Let's say if everything is correct, you hit the next page. Once you hit next, you will get to this page, which is PCC details verification. Verify all the details that you entered in the previous 5 or 6 steps are correct. You are given one more chance to verify all those details. Once you see that everything is correct here, just hit I agree. Sign the place where you have a place is nothing but the location where you are currently present at. So let's say if I am in Toronto and I am filling up this form, I will write the place as Toronto and I will hit submit button. Okay. You hit the submit button, you will get back to this page. This is the home page again, and this is the form. And if you scroll below, it will show the list of applications that you have applied for. Recently, the PCC application that we have filled, it shows us that this is the PCC application form. Or you can just click on the select button and you can say print application form. Before you hit the print application form, make sure that you are printing this application from a Firefox or Internet Explorer browser. Okay, the Chrome browser doesn't work correctly when you take a printout. So let's hit the print application form. Verify all the details once again. Everything is right. Just hit the print button and it should give you your printout. Now once you get a printout of this application form, you will have to submit this application form along with the other documents which are mentioned in the BLS checklist to the BLS center. I hope this video was helpful to you, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos which will be coming up which will be related to all the PCC details. Thank you.